You know, the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis has several programs, including a crime prevention initiative to help make St. Louis safer.
And St. Louis Mayor Tishaura Jones just signed an historic Safer Streets bill yesterday to help fight traffic violence. Megan Green, president of the St. Louis Board of Aldermen, and James Clark, executive director of Neighborhood Alliance with the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis, joins us now here live in studio with more details. President Green, I'll start with you. We have seen a lot of traffic violence lately. Tell us one thing in this bill that's going to make a real difference.
So it's hard to just name one thing because there's a lot of things that are in it that will make a difference. But this bill allocates funding to 10 of our most dangerous roads and intersections in the city. These are places where we have had traffic studies conducted in the past. We've identified the issues, we've identified the solutions, but we haven't had the resources or the comprehensive plan to actually put these into place. So what this bill did is allowed us to take these traffic studies off the shelf and actually give them the necessary funding that we need so that we narrow some of our roads, we put in some traffic calming measures to create some safer streets.
So President Green, I'm curious though, will those funds be distributed equitably from North St. Louis to South St. Louis and every community in between?
Equity is the top of mind for my administration, for the mayor's administration. And so when we were looking at the places that this funding would be deployed, it is done equitably. We know that North City, Black and brown communities are the ones that are most impacted by traffic violence. So we have to make sure that when we are allocating funds, we're doing it to the places that have the highest need.
And James, we know the Urban League has numerous resources, numerous programs to help fight crime, including Cure Violence. Talk a little bit just about that one, as well as what else is being done in community to help make a difference.
Yeah, well, we think that the Cure Violence model is a very progressive model. We think that anytime you can focus on a targeted area, about a 6x8 area, then you deal with the subject matter experts, the men and women who understand the mentality that leads to crime and violence, and you give them a leadership role in being solution oriented. Then at the Urban League, through our Save Our Sons, through our Serving Our Streets program, we work with our Save Our Sons program to bring employment opportunities straight into the neighborhood. We've long said the best way to stop a bullet is a job. Then we have the Serving Our Streets program, where we're working very diligently with neighborhood churches. We believe that the church is a very pivotal player right now. How do we make the neighborhood church active and a focal point for families that live in our more challenged neighborhoods?
And the Grill to Glory program as well.
It's that transformative model. Anything we can do to make the neighborhood church a focal point. Now we have over 220 neighborhood churches in St. Louis City, St. Louis County, and East St. Louis that do fellowship cookouts every week. And the neighbors are beginning to respond to the church like never before. We are looking to go up to 500 churches this spring and summer, with now Kansas City having 45 churches. So we are very intentional in being very consistent in coming up with ways to strengthen neighborhoods, start a neighborhood renaissance through the neighborhood church. And we believe that it's time for the neighborhood church to partner as we look to restore civility.
Well, as president of the Board of Aldermen, you know crime is nothing new to St. Louis, but it is certainly something we are all talking about right now. That's why we're here and we're trying to find solutions. What is the bottom line? What do you think needs to be done?
So we know that the safest communities are the ones with the most resources. Programs like Cure Violence, some of these neighborhood level interventions that Mr. Clark is talking about are the exact type of investments we need to be making. As we go into this next session at the Board of Aldermen, we are going to be looking at perhaps bringing a program called Operation Peacemaker to St. Louis that provides a nice sort of second step to cure violence, and once we've de-escalated a situation, works to get folks into a fellowship program to change their lives, to get them an education or a job or mental health treatment, whatever it is. And I also want to say, I have a lot of respect for our new chief, and I think he is doing a phenomenal job. He's very data oriented, making sure that we're getting our police department to a place where it is operating effectively and efficiently, that we are sending police to the calls that they need to go to, and we're making sure that we have mental health professionals or substance abuse counselors showing up to the place where those are the folks that need to be there to make the appropriate intervention.
And James, we know that fighting crime is a collective effort. It's got to take the police and prosecutors and civic leaders. And tell me, though, what can parents do to get involved to help make a difference?
Yeah, well, it really starts at home. In the Division of Public Safety at the Urban League, we have a very unique lens. It's the NPL, the neighborhood, the front porch, and the living room. And we are working to bring the social service construct into that model. We think that we've got to begin to strengthen families in our more challenged neighborhoods. Right now, parents are at their wits' end, raising children that they don't have the resources for. And then our children, they are caught in such a quagmire of information right now, where you look at social media, then you listen to the music. That creates an appetite for this type of violence. Our young people, now we're having 13-year-olds that are involved in homicides. We're doing something very wrong, and we believe that it starts at the neighborhood level. So we know where we have enough data now. We know exactly what neighborhoods we need to be in.
And you're hitting those neighborhoods,
Yes.
which is important.
Yes.
So thank you both so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
Be a part of the solution. Thank you. Well, we love our city, but just like others across the nation, there are issues that need to be addressed.
St. Louis has a lot to offer. We'll show you just a few reasons why the Gateway City is a great place to live. Stay with us. Back in a moment.
This is my hometown. I've been here my whole life. In fact, I don't even really travel because I really love St. Louis that much.